Hello YouTube, and welcome to another video of mine. Today is the 30th of January 2022, and actually today just so happens to be the 15th anniversary date of when Microsoft released Windows Vista. I know Windows Vista got a lot of hate at the time and everything, but I guess due to it running real slow and crashing. But me personally, I never really had any problems with it. It still brings a lot of memories. Now from what I remember, the final version of Windows Vista actually got released to OEMs back in November 2006. But however, on the 30th of January 2007 was when the Windows Vista operating system then became publicly available. Like the operating system itself was then sold separately to where you can install it on your own computer or upgrade to it or whatever. Yeah, another thing that I remember about Windows Vista is I remember when Windows Vista, when it released, that was also the first operating system to have basically a 64-bit version basically be commonly available. Now I do remember back in the Windows XP days, maybe like in 2003, 2004, there was actually a 64-bit version of Windows XP. But however, at the time, 64-bit operating systems weren't really common, or weren't really readily available back then, because back then computers maybe only had even throughout 2005, 2004, 2005, most PCs maybe only had about maybe 512 megabytes to 1 gigabyte of RAM. Or maybe the highest end PCs having up to 2 gigabytes of RAM, which was still very well supported in a 32-bit version of Windows. However, once Windows Vista was released in early 2007, that's when we started to see computers with 4 or more gigabytes of RAM. What's in once you have 4 or more gigabytes of RAM, then you will need a 64-bit operating system in order to be able to use that full amount of RAM. Otherwise, if you use a 32-bit version of Windows, and even if you say you have 8 gigabytes of RAM, then you'd probably only be limited to about 3.5 gigabytes of RAM. So to look at this anniversary day, where I'm gonna be running Windows Vista on this laptop here that I got. I actually fixed up several years ago. I actually have this dual boot with Windows 10 and Windows XP. This a Dell Precision M6400 laptop, as you can see there. Focus. Yep. M6400. Okay, so we go ahead and turn this on. It's just one of my collection of old stuff. Now immediately you actually see the boot screen for Windows 10. However, once we get here, you can actually choose to boot into Windows 10 or Windows Vista. I'll choose Windows Vista. Now me myself, I actually consider Windows Vista to actually be one of the most unlucky operating systems out there because actually software support for see what's it doing here. Huh. Okay, now it's gonna boot into it. Anyway, I consider Windows Vista to be one of the most unlucky operating systems because despite Windows Vista being over 5 years newer than Windows XP, but however, software support for Windows Vista is actually virtually identical to Windows XP. Because for some reason the majority of software providers like Google Chrome, Firefox, Steam, yeah, it looks like we're booted in. Okay, it says Steam is no longer supported on your operating system version. As you can see there, it's Windows Vista Ultimate. And yeah, here it is, Windows Vista. It's basically running on this laptop that has a Core 2 Quad Extreme Q9300, 14 gigs of RAM. What's this laptop itself was actually made like in early 2009. So anyway, I basically consider Windows Vista to be like one of the most unlucky operating systems because despite it being over 5 years newer than its predecessor Windows XP, however, many software providers decide to drop support for Windows Vista at the same time as Windows XP. Like for example, Google Chrome. For some reason, Google actually dropped support for Windows Vista at the same time as XP back in April of 2016. And now at that time, Windows Vista was actually still being supported. Windows Vista actually still had another year's support left for Microsoft, but Chrome went ahead and dropped support for it anyways. As you can see here is Sidebar Gadgets. I don't know what this is doing here. It's taking long to load. This is actually the original browser that came with Vista. So we can see here. Huh. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. So this is the original Internet Explorer browser that came with Windows Vista. It's made in 2006. It's Internet Explorer 7. I remember this browser was actually kind of revolutionary in its time. Because it was the first browser to come with the ability to have multiple tabs. Now on some websites you do have the option to continue. Obviously this browser is not very well capable nowadays because it's too out of date. Apparently you get all these certificate errors. But yeah, if I wanted to, I could log in my Facebook still. Even though you get numerous certificate errors. If we go to Google. So we go to Google. Okay, continue to get it. Continue to get certificate errors. Yeah, I remember using Internet Explorer 7 a lot back in 2007, 2008. Oh, there it is now, finally loaded. Of course, try to go to YouTube, but most likely ain't gonna load that. It's like he has to click that numerous times, I guess. But yeah, anyway, this is the original browser that came with it. Yeah, it's just gonna say please update your browser. See, I remember before it used to give you the option to continue on anyways, but it doesn't look like it gives you that now. So yeah, this obviously ain't any use now. Okay, go in here, I can see my drives, partitions and whatnot. Blu-ray drive there. Now I would say that if you happen to be using Windows Vista or even Windows XP, I would say the best browser to use is probably this MyPal browser. even though of course you can still download the last supported version, say Chrome or Firefox. I believe my pal browser is actually one of the updated browsers that you can still use on Vista or XP. See, and this one does actually load up the YouTube website. See, I can even play videos if I wanted to.
And free, and free, and free, and free, free, and free,
Yeah.
and free, free, and free, and free, and free, and free. That's right.
Even though it's just an ad there.
See details at turbotax.com.
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that inspire,
Hello, everyone. Want to see how the giant McDonald's corporation makes its burgers and other stuff? Then let's get it on. The process of making buns begins with dough. To make it, McDonald's uses flour, water, liquid yeast, and salt. Then the sponge is sent to a fermentation room for about 4 hours. After that, the dough goes down the chute and gets mixed with other ingredients. For example, sugar and salt. But don't worry, of course, buns are not the most dietary product, but they still contain less than 5% sugar. At the next stage, a huge
And of course, I can go into my Facebook.
The conveyor shapes it into small balls. Then these balls are given a light dusting of flour and put into special baking pans. Then the balls have to stay there for 55 minutes at a temperature of 100 degrees Fahrenheit and a humidity of 90%. So, what else is left?
Carol did.
The buns are passed through a machine that applies an even coating of those, and then the buns are sent into a huge oven for 8 to 9 minutes at a temperature of 465 degrees Fahrenheit. After the buns are thoroughly baked, they're left on a special spiral cooler.
So they put some stuff on Facebook I don't really like. Yeah, I can check my Facebook. And of course, Windows Vista, you know, of course you start up, you get this welcome screen. And of course over here you got the sidebars. 30th of January 2022. Of course you got the clock there. And right here you got the notepad. Or you can sort of leave yourself a note. So you can sort of leave yourself a note there. And here's a gadget I found. It's like an old Google search bar. If I do that, it opens up the MyPal browser. Shows this weird error message. I'm not sure what that is. But there's also a little button here that says YouTube. If I search that on YouTube, and of course it goes there. Yep. It's an interesting video to watch. I guess you get the time. It's actually a interesting video here. It's apparently right here. I guess it's XP. Apparently this is XP, Windows 8. Apparently this is Windows 7. I guess it's like a, or I guess that's Vista and this is like 7 or something. And there's a date when it was released. Yeah, for some reason on Facebook I got a lot of fake profiles, or a lot of fake profiles in my friends list. They just put up annoying stuff, so I just tend to ignore that. That's my name.
This is how fast YouTube is with Brave. Notice how they...
Yeah, it's kind of like an animation here. Oh, Vista, yes. It looks good and all, but what? It runs really slow and it's getting really hot. Oh, man. Man. Huh. It's just a laugh. May 8th, 2008. We go to properties here. It's Windows Vista Ultimate 2007. Yeah, it's kind of like an animation there. I guess it's kind of like saying if something like Windows 2000, Windows XP, Mac OS X, and Windows Vista, if all them were people, I guess. Apparently it's kind of like if they were people. Hasta la vista. Kind of looks like a Whopper or a Big Mac. Of course, this browser does show ads here as well, so click that. Now, even though my pal browser is the best browser to use in Vista or XP, it's obviously not going to be as good of an experience as, say, using an updated version of, say, Edge or Chrome or Firefox in Windows 10 or Windows 11 or Windows 7 or later. May 26, 2009, I believe that's when Windows Vista came out with its second service pack. Your service pack 2 update. Yeah, apparently in May or June 2009 was when Microsoft released Service Pack 2 for Windows Vista. But apparently there was just one little problem though, is that at that same time was when Microsoft was getting ready to release Windows 7. And obviously Windows 7 did a lot better than Windows Vista in terms of reception and software support. So yeah, October 22nd, 2009, that's when Microsoft released Windows 7. Well, Vista. You're right. Yeah, it's good. It's good to watch these videos here. I'm just gonna kind of skip over. So we skip over to April 10th of 2017. That's of course when support ended.
Okay, class. Who would like to do problem 3 on the board? Please don't be me. Please don't.
Guess I could even put it in full screen if I want. Apparently that's like Windows Vista and 7. See, apparently this one Vista basically will end support. I don't know, these ads get such in the way. Apparently Windows 10, 8.17, there's Firefox, and there's Vista, apparently on its last leg. But yep, go through some of the other features here. Of course, we got photo gallery. Let's take a look at your pictures. Yeah, it's the same trail that it's on, looks like. And what else we got? So yeah, that's a good video as far as Windows Vista. Now run down some other features. It also had Flip 3D. So if you had other programs run. Windows Live Messenger. Apparently that don't exist anymore. So if you had like several programs open, if you want to, you can switch to this 3D mode. It's kind of like overflow on an old iPod or iPhone. So if you want to go to this Windows Media Center. Apparently this is like a all-in-one program. Play DVDs, set up TV. I guess if you had like a tuner card or something like that. Still loading for some reason. Online media. Apollo 13. Program library. Yeah, just say no services found. I guess it's apparently the server doesn't work. But yeah, that's about it, I guess. I think that program also came with XP Media Center Edition. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it for Windows Vista. Well, this has been a look back at Windows Vista 15 years after it came out, so go ahead and shut this down. Well, this concludes this video, and I know it's been kind of a long video, but it's just an in-depth look of Windows Vista. Well, have a good day.